what really matters. When life hits you with that brick and you get knocked down on that mat, and I'm talking to the Linda Rouseys of the world, the ones that have been knocked down once and twice, and everybody out there is calling you a failure, everybody out there saying it's over, what are you gonna do? Rise, champion. I don't even think they should be able to call you a champion until you've been beat. Because even losers keep going when they're winning. But when you get hit with that brick and you own that mat on your back, rise, champion. Then we separate the cream from the crop. Only when you're down 25 points on the biggest stage like Tom Brady, and you come back, can we call you the greatest of all time? Abraham Lincoln said, I am not concerned that you have fallen. I am concerned that you arise. Champions make adjustments, not excuses. Get up! The ground, the mat, being on your back is no place for a champion. Get up! Rise, champion. Now you at that crossroads. The decision you make now will ultimately define your legacy. I'm speaking to the Tiger Woods of the world. Each loss, each setback, each heartbreaking disappointment will try to disguise itself as failure, but it's all a lie. And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we shall reap if we do not give up. Many times on the road to success, you're gonna feel crushed, exhausted, and alone. See, life is not like Little League. Arise, champion. They don't give away participation trophies. There's the champions and everybody else. It's one or the other. How do you want to be remembered? Each time life knocks you down, rise, champion. You must bounce back with an even greater hunger to succeed.
All right, good evening, everybody. How are you? Good evening, good evening. It's Sunday. Absolutely. All right. This is going to be the most busy week of the year for everybody out there. Why? Because there's lots to do and lots to accomplish in a short period of time. Where have you been? What have you been doing lately? Have you been building your business credit? What have you all been doing? Just remember this. Success is not a one-time option. Success is not a one-time event either. Success is continually, day after day. You got to really know what your why is to keep going every day. What is your why? Would your why be strong enough to go ahead and take it to court and have people convict you that your why was so strong that you be convicted because your why is that strong? They would know it. What I want to ask you is, what is it that has you floundering? Why do you accept those particular items? What does it have you do that has you be in a position that you are consider yourself maybe someday hopeful, this, that, and the other thing? I mean, what is it? So you got to remember, success is not a one-time event. It's moment after moment, second after second. Remember, you got like 86,000 seconds in a day, like everybody else. But you're so busy looking at what they have, you're not looking at what you have. See, a lot of you got to get busy on getting away from being in other people's busyness. The only person you're ever going to compete is against yourself. That's it. That's it. All of you are always trying to compete. Well, it has to be perfect. No such thing. If you walk on water, then I get it. But you don't walk on water. You don't. So let's just tell the truth about it. Tonight's event is going to be more about some structures of business, but also I'm going to be poking at what is it that stops you from having what you want. Like really. I mean, if you really have to tell the truth about it. If you can tell the truth about it to someone that you didn't want them to find out and you can just tell the truth about it, what would it be? I mean, no matter what, I don't care what it is. A lot of people are afraid of money. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you, I'm going to use this as an example. Look at everybody that has problems in their business. I have to do that myself too. You know, why would I go ahead and do, let's say, a particular act in the real estate side of the business, and then something comes back and then wants to haunt me because I did the right thing, but yet they're saying it wasn't right. Yet they have no money to fight, so they'll cry loudly and loudly, cry so loud, cry very loud. But usually the ones crying the loudest is the one that has something to hide. But then you, as a person that has nothing to hide, you've got to kind of stand and listen to the rhetoric, because you can have people in the world that listens to people that cries lions and tigers and bear, oh my. I have to go through that, so I have to look at that. Why was I willing to do what I did in a particular situation that, sure, it was clean, it was perfect, it was right on the money. But yet, in the back of my mind, did I know there was a possibility that someone could complain? They could say it wasn't right, even though it was right. Basically how it was done. Get that big old reflection on my glasses. I'm going to have to fix that. Let's see what I can do with that. Let's see if I can fix that. Whoa! Oh, maybe I did. Maybe I did. So one of the things you want to begin to look at is that what do you cause in your business life? And this means everything. Business life, you have your business life, then you have the originating circle around your business life. Let me see if I can get a blank paper here. Maybe this will do it. I probably should use the board, but forget it. Maybe it's too bright. Hello? Maybe it is. I don't know. There we go. There we not go. All right. You know what? Let me use a whiteboard. Maybe I can use a whiteboard. Let's see if I can use a whiteboard. Let's get it there. Okay. All right. But you have these things in life that I was telling you about. Here's this. Here's your business. And your business has an originating circle. That's what that circle is about. What is that? Let me see. I'm sharing that. All right. So that circle is representing something. Now, on YouTube and Facebook, you can't see this. But the circle, the B stands for the business. The circle now has, that's your originating circle around your business. Then you got to look at the outer circle, which is called your interpersonal life. That's the outer circle. That's the outer circle of the circle around your business. What do you have attached to your business from the outer circle of your interpersonal circle that you know is going to affect your business circle, but you try to deal with it? You can't. I'm going to tell you straight up, and a lot of you are not going to like this. And last time I lost like 20 people, which is fine. But I'm going to tell you straight up and straight out. If you do not reestablish your originating circle on your business circle and your outer circle to actually enhance you, which means everybody on the interpersonal outside circle of your originating circle of business, your originating circle of interpersonal is way bigger than your inner circle of your business circle. So your originating circle of your interpersonal area, that life, I don't say it's not change, it's transformation. Because change is more, better, different. Even if it's a family situation, you're either going to have to terminate it in a way that it supports you, or you're really going to have to say, you know what? I don't have any discussions with you until every day after 5 p.m. or 6, whatever time you pick. You've got to put the structure in place, because if you're not able to be successful, how can you show them how to be successful if you're always trying to go ahead and babysit everybody around you? That's not supporting you. See, some people you need to go ahead and work with them and support them, because you know they will support you or are supporting you. And supporting you means that they don't have garbage coming out of their mouth like, oh, I just really want to do it, but it's so hard. I try and I try. Man, there's no try. Try to breathe. It's either you breathe or you don't. Life is just that black and white. And a lot of you cannot handle that it's just that way. It's either you're living or you're dying. End of story. That's it. And a lot of you could tell the truth. We all started dying at the day you were conceived. You started dying then. How are you going to leave a legacy when you let people around you garbage up your arena? And it doesn't mean that you're better than anybody else. It just means you must structure your environment to support you, what you're really up to. So it doesn't, because if you don't, no matter how hard you say you try, it's not going to happen. I even say it about kids. You've got to find someone that's going to handle your kids in a way that will support your business. That means if you train them to interrupt you in your business, that means you best untrain them in a way they get it quickly. I know it sounds crazy. And I don't have that kind of money. Then guess what? You didn't have the kind of money when you trained them in the first place. Then untrain them without the money. Stop using money as an excuse. Money is only an excuse for people that are really mentally lazy, yet alone emotional lazy, but they don't want to go ahead and put any skin in the game, which means, you know what? It could not work out. It could fall apart. It could. So what? Again, Walt Disney. Everybody that has been successful in an arena has done one thing. The reason why they have it is because success is not a one-time event. Every day, how much closer are to your goals of your business and then your interpersonal goals? How is it that you support your interpersonal goals, whether it be an intimate relationship or interpersonal with your family, mother, father, child, whatever it is? What is it that you have set up with them that you know that they're going to stop you from being successful by the way they talk, by the way they interrupt you during the day, where you're at, where you have your office at, everything? You've got to really look at your environment. How do you have it set up so you will not be successful, so you can blame the environment instead of looking in the mirror at yourself and say, whoa, if I really tell the truth, my whole originating circle is set up inside and out. It's set up for me not to win. Because then I can have an excuse. So it's just, those other people didn't have any problems. Really? Look at Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey lived in a car for like 2 or 3 years. I mean, he made $50 on his first deal. And he was excited and started crying. And this girl looked over him and says, I think it was his girlfriend or whatever it was, and said, what are you crying over $50 for? And what is wrong with you? But he knew his first pay was the breakthrough. He just knew it no matter what. When he was living in his car, he saw it. I think he's lost 2 or 3 families when he's going through all this because they didn't want to stick. You guys got to understand something. Everyone doesn't really tell you about build. Everyone tells you, oh, build business credit. It's easy. Yes, it is. Only if you have a strong enough why. Some of you get into the business. I had calls this week. My God Almighty. I had a lot of stuff going on this week. And and thanks to some powerful friends that I have and business acquaintances that I have that wrote it out so I can actually vent out and get things straight in my head and keep going. And those powerful friends are huge because they make a difference, because they're not saying, well, we feel sorry for you. Well, hey, did you look at it this way? What'd you look at it this way? Well, and then when you ask them, what do you think? Well, this is, you don't like what they say, but that's what you ask what they think. You didn't say, here, I want to ask what you think and think my way, and this is how I want you to say it. That's why a lot of you get bent out of people when they tell you, like, okay, what do you think? Well, it sucks. Huh? Oops. I said, no, I can say sucks. All right. So the thing is, I just want to really let you know, it's not that over at Corporate Credit Blueprints we don't have any empathy or compassion. But sometimes, you know what? You just got to learn to go ahead and shut your mouth. Your mouth will reveal to me in less than 4 minutes what you're really up to in life when I talk to you. I talk to people sometimes for 30, 40, maybe 2 hours, and the stuff they say, and sometimes I let them go on and go on and go on so they can unload the garbage. But they keep condemning themselves. They keep saying, well, I lost here, I lost there. See, everyone looks at the moment for loss. Is it done? Is it really done? A lot of you just have a negative, sucky attitude. How dare you? Some people they're building their business credit. They have, $500,000 to, $4, $5, $6, $7 million, and they still complain like the men. Man, I never seen little girls in my life, but they want to act all tough. Well, and then they want to start acting like they know what they're doing inside the program. Give me a break. Follow the directions, my friend. All we here to do is here's the thing. You know what's so funny? I want you to hit a grand slam every time. Is it going to happen? No, but I still do. I still want that for you. But people they just hate when you actually, well, why are you pushing me? You said you wanted this. If you don't, I'll back up. I won't. Okay, I'll listen to you as a guy that's underneath that's a homeless person. But some homeless person has more drive than you. So I can't even put you in a homeless person position. Steve Harvey lived in his vehicle. Like, no kidding. And look at him today. And look what he says about his children. He loves his children to death, but he tells them he spent, I think, 90% of everything on his wife and himself and leaving them 10%. That's it. A lot of you are afraid to go ahead and spend corporate money. Here's the thing. A lot of you are afraid to spend the corporate money that you got. Spend meaning this way. Not like spending on buying McDonald's, which is useless. I'm talking like where you invest it and getting some monthly returns on the money. Even the money said, well, I think I lost. Did you? You haven't even done taxes yet. In fact, if you did your taxes, you have money to carry forward. Oh my God. But it's not over yet. Some of you really predict the doom and gloom because you're just mentally weak. I mean, mentally weak is huge. In building your business credit is not about how smart you are. It's how much are you willing to be mentally strong against your own self that is the caterpillar. Because eventually when you start building your business credit and get to a certain point, you stop moaning and groaning. Because now you go into the cocoon. The cocoon hits anywhere about $500,000 to $1 million. That's when you're in the cocoon. Then you're trying to figure stuff out, and you're trying to be a smart rat, and you're trying to say, well, does your trainer know more? Whatever the words might be. Your coach. And then you're kind of in the cocoon. All of a sudden you come out the butterfly when you hit like $1.5 million. But what happens also when you actually get to the million and the 1.5 million, the reason why you come out like a butterfly, you understand one thing. You understand what it is. You understand what it is that the most powerful part of the business is not the parent company. It's not the parent company. It's not the parent company. The parent company is the weakest link in your whole business. In the beginning, it's not. But as you grow, it becomes weaker and weaker and weaker. And a lot of people really, really don't understand that. Why do I say that? Because this is what you look at your main business building the credit. You look at your main business as the ATM machine. And if it's not putting out, you get all bent out of shape because there's only so much that one main corporation or LLC can do. But people fail to realize that it's a huge, huge, huge situation because of your divisions. All your power, again, is in divisions, divisions, divisions. This corporation that you see on top, all right, it could be $1 million, $5 million, $100,000. It could be $10. It could be $450 million. It could be $100 trillion. It's still not enough to carry the weight. Look at the United States. Look how much trillion in debt they are, yet they don't have enough money to carry the debt, which means they don't have enough human beings to carry the debt. If they actually will let the human beings, I think it's 343 million plus in the United States. And I'm not counting the people between 17 and under. If they let those 340 some odd million offset all their debt, the country would be out of debt. If a lot of you don't know what I mean, you best Google it and start learning. But if they will let every human that's over 18 do an offset, the government would be out of debt. But then here's the problem with that. They would have no control over you anymore. A lot of you have no idea what I just said, which is crazy talk. Really? Anyways. Oh, I love it. I love this. Here's the thing about corporation. The more divisions you have that you build, the more power and more credit you're going to have. Why? Well, you say, well, I don't know why. Okay, great. Well, let me ask you. Some of you wait for so long, you say, well, I'm not really sure what to do, which, okay, I can grant that. And some people, like I said, there's things to write about, Those of you who have a Home Depot card. I'm going to say this now because people probably either do know it or don't understand it. Now, I know most of the people, I'm going to say most of the people that I've taught and trained in our course have at least a 90% grasp of it, but not the last 10%, which is the most important part. Here's what I want to say to you. Home Depot, do you know how to go ahead and get the credit card with no tax ID to the division? See, people think right away when you create a division, and let's say you ask Home Depot how to get a card for the division, which is considered a parent-child relationship, that automatically you have to have so many things done. That is the most, and that is what that is like they say the ignorance of the law is no excuse. Well, the ignorance of building business credit is no excuse. Here's what the situation is. There's a certain thing you need to do before you can reap the benefits. You have to sow the seeds. And people think you're already, when you ask for a card that's already full blown and grown. No. I'm going to say this again. Everything in business is about 90 days. 90 days. The power of building your business credit is in 90 days. Some of you, I'm going to tell you this. If you're not doing a minimum. Now, this is tax ID only or EIN, however you want to call it. I'm not talking where you have to go ahead and even do a soft pull. What, they have those? There's no soft pulls with EINs? Yes, there's some and some not. And there's some that do hard pulls. But who are they? Well, I'm going to give you one. How about Biz Credit Central? Biz Credit Central is awesome if you're building. If you're building, even right now, they'll give you $2,500. You pick the payment for $12 a month. That's awesome. $12 a month, and they report $2,500 to your account. Worst case scenario, everyone in our group does that to all the divisions right up as soon as they begin to get into the 90-day part. Or you can get the platinum. You can get the gold one. The gold one is like $5,000. It's $29.95 a month, and you can cancel at any time. And they report to Dun & Brad, Business Experience. You guys got to understand something. Hey, for $29.95 to have $5,000 reporting, and you have, let's say, 4 divisions across. Now you got 555 reporting. What's that going to do for you? It's tax ID only. Tax ID only. No soft pull. I mean, there's just so many things. There's one company I talked about last year in the very beginning. eCredible. eCredible's another one. A monthly service fee, but they report. You gather all the stuff, and they report what the business is paying. Cell phone. If you do not have a business cell phone under your corporate name, that is dumb not to have. It is foolish. Really is. You need an 800 number and a business cell phone. Also, another thing is, I've told people about this last couple of weeks. Sam's Club, Sam's Club, Sam's Club, Sam's Club. Man, I have one, there's not one, but I have one gal that's brand new. 2 companies. Their checking account, one averages, it fluctuates between, maybe 40 at the lowest, sometimes 100, a little over 100,000 a month. It fluctuates. This is not also the Zelle program that we do. But on top of this, you got to understand, that's every month. She's been in business for 6 years and has no business credit. She's sitting on one. Well, we finally got the top company done because of the other 2. If she really, really gets out of her own way, her company is an easy $5 million by the end of this year. And I don't know if I think she's more afraid of the fact that if she grows that fast, she's just not going to have any control. Because she's a control freak. She freak. She let the freak flag fly. Like Rick James song. I should find and play that. But she's awesome. She's brilliant. Man, she's like brilliant. I mean, not going to put it. She's MIT material. Put it that way. MIT material. She will work circles around those people in some areas. Absolutely. And then, but the thing is, now, here's what I'm saying. Everybody has a great talent and skill. But here's the thing. If you don't learn how to scale your business as well, you've got to be able to scale your business, and you've got to pay for some services. Like, a lot of you say, well, I want to do this or do that. In fact, there's another person, brilliant idea, and I had some chances to call, and I still haven't got some answers yet regarding some things about a service that will provide driving people to here and there. And I got so far, and I got stumped, and it was a good business based on what he was telling me and what he talked to me about and numbers he gave, and these numbers he just didn't pull out of his wazoo. He actually talked about it. And you can tell they're real numbers. But his whole challenge was he never scaled. Because in his world, people are going to burn him. So he's going to create those people to show up, to be right. He'll even you could be God and walking on the planet. He'll make even God wrong for making it right. Because you keep talking, it's going to rain, it's going to rain. And then when it rains, you think, yeah, I knew it. Well, yeah, I bet it's going to rain. You live in a world that's weird. All I'm going to say is this. I get it. I understand. I've been there, done that, and I have a t-shirt. I was fortunate, blessed never to live in a car, but lived in the garage. That was not a pretty thing. But you know what? It just builds some character if you don't quit. You've got to watch what you're saying and realize, now I'm preaching about this. The vision is where your strength of your business is going to be for your corporation to outstand. All your divisions should be, because you're going to end up with a powerhouse division will eventually will go out and become the subsidiary or could be the Amazon of yours. But all your money that you ever say you want and need will be inside your divisions and knowing how to always keep building and building and building and building. It will come to a time and place that you'll need your division more than your corporation your LLC. Limited liability constipation corporate company, because it really does get you constipated. So these are one of the things you want to begin to understand for yourself, is that there is no way that you can actually fail, but fail. Here's the thing. Building your business credit, you won't fail. The only time you're going to fail without taking action. Or you talk too much and don't learn. It's like, put it this way. Karate Kid was always wax on, wax off. Hey, Mr. Miyagi, why do I got to do this? Whatever we would say, right? And finally, Mr. Miyagi got maybe a little perturbed with him, and he started throwing punches. And all of a sudden, there he's moving his hands and doing this, do, whatever he's doing, right? It's the same thing in building your business. When you start doing your business, you're going to realize that your whole divisions is where your strength is. The faster you build divisions, you'll never be out of money because you'll always have what you always can mirror. You can go with the division right now. If you're not, I said earlier, if your company is not at least applying just for the 30-day net EIN cash cards, because they're out there, or different places that offer you to add money, not add money, to build credit to your thing. For like $12 a month, you get $2,500. For $29.95, it's $5,000. E-credibility, whatever it is, you put all your bills together, they see which ones they can report, so then they report those bills to your Dun & Brad and Business Experience. Then you have, who else is there? No, E-credible reports to Dun & Brad and someone else. And then you have your Sam's Club. Sam's Club is it's tax ID only. That's it. Sam's Club. If you don't have a card, you got to walk into Sam's Club and you're forced to get it. If you're turned down, it's because something went wrong, which means this. When you go to Sam's Club to apply, yes, you're going to have to pay the $40 or $100 for the business card. Now, if you do that, here's the thing. People don't know you could do this. I mean, a lot of you freak out. You go in there and you tell them, they're asking you, and you have to go in there with all your information. Go in with your tax ID, go in with a resolution if you have one, go in with all your information, DUNS number, tax ID number, address, phone number, all the good stuff they're going to ask you for. Then you go in and then you give them information, then they type it and say, hey, before you press submit, may I see the screen, please? And if you ask, excuse me, is it okay if I see the screen, please? Man, they're going to say no. You say, hey, excuse me, before you press submit, may I see the screen, please? Because I want to make sure all the information is correct. And you're going to find out something they don't ask you. What do you think it is? What do you think it is they don't ask you? There's a spot on the paper, there's a spot in the computer where it asks for your Dun & Brad. What? That's why you turn the screen. Check your tax ID number. Check your phone number. There's not going to hurt to get the Dun & Brad, because you've Dun & Brad's power, and because they go by your business experience, but Dun & Brad's not going to hurt. See, these are the things a lot of people don't think about. You don't think it's your business, isn't it? Some of you act like it's somebody else's business when you apply for credit. Oh, well, I don't know. I'm not really sure. No, yeah, average is about $40,000 a month. Yes, what it is. Okay, great. Well, what about your people? I have 14. Why? I mean, a lot of you act like, well, 14, I think. Then what? Huh? Is this your business or is theirs? You're applying to them. How long you been in business? Whatever. 6 years. Awesome. 10 years. Awesome. 10 years, 4 months, and 2 days. There's some people that I work with, they have it down to the second. It's pretty funny. It's your business. It is your business. And here's the thing. Is your business really a Fortune 500, or is it just some kind of okey doke business you hope's going to make it? Let's just get real. If it's just hopes you get real, then what are you doing? In fact, there's some, who is it now? Who I just hear is paying $20, $25 an hour. And it's either, I think, a fast food chain or a chain something. I forgot who it is. One of my friends was telling me today. I said, what? He goes, yeah, they can't get the workers. You make, yeah, okay, so go. Yeah, I had this one contractor guy was telling me, hey, look it. I make like $30 or $35 an hour, and he mentioned the place, and I forgot where it was at, but he said they're making $25 an hour and I have a skill set and they don't. I think it was either a restaurant or something. I said, restaurant? He goes, yes. So what does it tell you? You guys got to understand something. If you really don't have the wherewithal inside you, go find a job that's paying that much and just forget the rest. And the reason why I'm trying to blow you out is because you're wasting other people's time. Why? Either you cannot do two things. You have one foot on the boat and one foot on the dock. You're eventually going to end up in the water. Either jump on the boat or jump on the dock. See, it's easier to work with someone that actually says, okay, you know what? I'm jumping in. I said, okay, great. Here's your life preserver. Okay, great. All right, just dog paddle for a little while. We'll show you how to swim to get to the big yacht. We'll swim with you. Now, one thing you're not going to do, you're not going to grab my shoulder. You're not going to grab me around my neck because you have a floating device. No matter what, if you always look up, you'll be up. You're like a little bob, boop, like this, bobbling up. Even if you try to turn upside down, it's going to force you back up again. Just know that you'll always make it if you're willing to make it and you have someone always with you. Meaning, it doesn't matter. We're your support team. We're going to get you the divisions going as much as you want. But you've got to be willing to go ahead and do a minimum. Here's one thing. If you're not doing a minimum 2 applications a day on your business, tax ID only. Something wrong. When I say forget about it, some of you there's certain things you have to do to wait to get certain things done because you're getting your credit straightened up, which I understand all that. But then go apply for the 30-day nets that don't require any tax IDs. That don't require your personal credit. A hard inquiry. Soft is okay, but if you can actually just do it straight with no soft inquiry, that's even better. But a lot of you say, well, I have too many gas cards. Do you have too many gas cards that are called MasterCards? Well, they're only 30-day nets. Oh my God, Becky. Look at her. Man, I'm telling you. I love MasterCard gas cards. You can use them anywhere you want, anytime you want. And even if you get a gas card at $10,000 and you get 10 of them, that's $100,000. And they're not all wicks either. Folks, it's called digging. Digging. There's just so many things out there. It's just really, your power is in divisions. Your power is in the divisions. One thing also you want to understand is this. Here, a lot of you think it's, you know what? Well, United States versus Microsoft Corp. Wow, what happened there? A lot of people look it up, you'll begin to see what happened. Bill Gates gets indicted. Bill Gates wrote a check from a line of credit. Borrow money is not taxable. Go look and see when he was indicted. What he was indicted for? See, a lot of you think these guys don't have problems. Now, if you get indicted and you have a big company like that, you're going to have a bigger problem than some of you. Some of you get indicted and you have a small company, you have a small one. It's all relative. Oh, he deserves it. Why does he deserve it? It could be you. It could be you writing that check. It could be you being that big. It could be you. Better yet, the question is, why not you? Why not you? I had someone to call me today. Not today. Today meaning was Wednesday. Last week. They called me and said, look, I want to hire you to go ahead and put some stuff together for me because I really don't have a lot of the time, but you'll have the money to put it together. I wanted to say yes because, okay, great, but I said I have other things to do with other people right now. And I said I'm going to have to wait because I have a few things I'm investigating now, about some driving service, and then have some other people doing other stuff. And I said I really don't have enough people on the team to even assist you doing it. I mean, I felt bad because I want to do it, but I said, you know what? If I did, then it's going to cut some things out, and there's some things I really love doing, and so this is what stuff I'm talking about. Because now the people that actually I'm working with, Someone come with me some ideas, and I help get things started. Then I turn it over because they use their credit. Okay, this is what I need right here. And since it's their idea, they know what it's roughly going to run. So hey, you're probably going to need this much. Let me know. Okay, great. Well, you're right. Okay, cool. Then they sell it over. Then I go do this, pay that, and whatever I got to do. But all I'm saying, you folks, is that here's the thing: borrowed money is not taxable. He gets indicted for something. He was able to write a check from a line of credit. He didn't have to use his money. Here's another thing y'all want to know. Where do you get this all? Okay, do all of you think? That's really lazy. Does every one of you think that Warren Buffett has one company? He has 100+ companies. He has Ketchup, Geico, Coke, American Express, Duracell, Dairy Queen. Some of these are sold off already. Fruit of the Loom, Ben Bridge Jewelers, Sea Candies, all these other things. But here's the thing. See, Warren Buffett, now these are all in a way divisions set up to where he invests in those particular arenas. Warren is playing the game of leveraging. And why aren't you? He plays to win. The way a lot of you play in business, you play to lose. Well, I know I'm going to do this, and I probably won't win because some people before did this to me. Well, you know what? If you like living in the past, go back to the people that did it to you and tell them, hey, you know what? I keep talking to you about so much. I miss you. I miss you so much because I keep talking about what you did to me. And so what else can you do to me? And then let him do it. If you like it so much, you talk about it so much. Because here's the thing. All of you know this. I know all of you do. When you're really done with something, does it ever come back? No. When you're really, truly done, it doesn't come back. It's done. That's what I'm saying. You keep talking about then go back and it's like you say, well, he or she, when I was involved with them, they hurt me, they cheated on me, and Susie or Johnny, then guess what? Go call Johnny back up. Say, hey, Johnny, I keep talking about you because I miss you. I miss you so much, how much you hurt me. Oh, Susie, I'm just horrible without you. I keep talking and told them the mean things you did. You cheated with Marty and Manny and Mo and Jack. And all you ever did is just use me for my money. And when I ran out, there was no more you. So can you come back in my life and do it to me again? Because I miss you so much. Come on. Man, your own family would probably shoot you. You can't do that in business. What happened is done, and it's done, it's over. Now, if you're doing something to go ahead and recoup something, that's different because you're not talking about it. You're taking action to make sure you can secure it. And is it going to happen? It will happen, but it'll take time to do it because that's how it goes. So what? You don't think all these other guys goes through this? I mean, you guys have... The reason why I'm saying this, because I really hold you guys as Fortune 500 companies in my mind, and these guys don't complain. They take action. Okay, great. They fulfill, and they get things done. They don't say, well, and also... I don't know, maybe you might have to stay up to midnight to 2, 3 in the morning. I still do it once in a while because I'm passionate about it. But if you're really looking forward to have what you want, what is your why that will give you so much energy that if you stayed up from 7 a.m. and you were awake, you were still up to 7 a.m. tomorrow morning and you were still vibrant, like you had sleep. What is your why that's so powerful that will generate that kind of enthusiasm when someone just gets around you, even hear you on the phone, they go, all right. Or they just tell you, man, would you just shut up? You got too much energy. Haven't you gone to bed? Not for a week. All I'm saying, you guys, stop messing with your future. You have a bright future. You have things you can do. Remember this. This is March. Now, between March and June, how much of corporate credit are you going to have? See, I know some of you have to wait to build some of your cash credit, but build your divisions. Build the money in the division. I'm going to say this one more time I went back and counted how many times well, actually I had to pay someone to do this. So when I say I had a proxy do it for me. I paid someone to count how many times last year the statement I'm about to make to you, how many times I said it. I couldn't believe when this person gave me the number. It sounded like a lot to me, but maybe it's not. But 701. 701. 701 times I said this. A DBA or a division or corporation, even an LLC, if it's structured and built right, can co-sign for another business. So you don't have to be on the block to always apply for cash, so you don't have to run your personal credit. My God, and you know how, 701 times last year, I said it. You know how many times, now you know how many times my own students have asked me about it? 75 times. You know how many times people off YouTube, this combined, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, what's the other one? LinkedIn, Twitter, all right. And then there's some, then what else is the other one? Pinecrest was 215 people. Why more of them asking than the students? A lot of you you either forget or don't realize, well, since you don't think it's out there, no one talks about it. I'm the one of, I think me and someone else talks about it. And then if a lot of people try to call him, well, let me call and ask him. Yeah, go ahead and call and ask him. See what you get. You won't get the answer. I even said I would, in fact, I only said it 20 times. I said, I'll do a Zoom. Y'all get together, go ahead and send me a request. If I get 20 people, I'll open up the Zoom and I'll go ahead and do 5 calls with 5 big companies that we'll start out with Home Depot. We'll start off with Bank of America. We'll start off with so-and-so and so-and-so. Then all of a sudden they hear, what? Yeah, this is all you have to do is blah, 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 blah. Now, it's not on the... See, here's the thing. If you grab a paper application versus the application online, the paper application still has it, or online doesn't. Before online said, what business is going to be accountable for this? It's something to that language. And you write it down, and guess what? They go ahead and call you up. Then they go ahead and put you on hold. Okay, great. Give you code 25. Well, hold on. And they call the company that was going to co-sign for you. They call them up, and they get permission. And then they call you back. Okay, great. We're going to approve you for this much and everything, blah, blah, blah. There's just so many. And that's why I really love the personal. When I did the live trainings. There's so much because I had the star phone in the middle of the room. Every March I would have it. Every June I would have it. September and December I'd have it. No, it was December. Yeah, December I would have. No, November I would have it. Just to get everybody through September. But each one of the reasons why is because of the fact is once a lot of you have that doubting Thomas syndrome. I got to feel the nail in the hole and whatever it is. And that's pretty sad because you actually stop your own growth. So also another thing again, and I say must, M-U-S-T. A lot of these guys are real good at preaching the basic, come and be saved by corporate credit. Come and be saved and apply here. Come and be saved and get a tax ID, but you got to go ahead and be a co-signer. Come and be saved. And that's all they show you is how to apply for more and get more and deeper in trouble. No one ever says, you know what? Come and learn not to be saved. You come and be the savior of your organization. See, that's why a lot of people, when they only have the first level, you're going to need to be saved. I'm going to tell you, if you don't go bankrupt in the first 5 years on any of your divisions, you are not playing a scary game. In other words, you're not stepping out there. If you're not filing BK after 5 years, every 3 years on terms of business because it's just not working out, you're not really doing anything. I'm going to be straight up. If you guys would do your homework about the Bitch Fortune 500 companies and see how come they don't know how come no one knows that so and so does BKs almost every 3 years? Because it's a tax ID. I'm going to tell you again. Tax ID, debt follows tax ID. Debt follows tax ID. Debt follows tax ID. Now, I'm not telling you to go bankrupt. I'm telling you, go do business, take a risk, go. If it doesn't work, learn from it and go back to do it correctly. It's what it's designed for. But I'm not saying go out there and lose. I'm saying go out there and do what you got to do and don't be scared because debt follows tax ID. You can be just like Walt Disney. Yeah, it took him 7 times to wake up, and he did. And to this day, guess what? He's getting paid. He making money. He's still dead. Doesn't matter. Oh, he's dead. Ha ha. No, doesn't matter. Disney's still alive because the name's on the place and the however in the food chain it's under because of him. Disney's still making money. You guys want to begin to look at you guys complain about Trump. He filed BK. He didn't file BK. His organization did. I mean, Hillary Clinton. What about those guys? I mean, everyone has been. I don't care if Fortune 500, Fortune 100 has divisions. They've done file BK. Go look at GM. Go look at their financial divisions. I said divisions. You guys gotta understand, learning this form will transform your life. You want to know it backwards and forwards so you can teach it to your children. And this week I gotta say congratulations for the 3 people. One is off of YouTube. The 2 are older, or students. Older students may have been around over 3 years. I vetted the first one, and now I'm showing them how to go ahead and take their personal card and get at least 25 cards. Easy. It's the setup that takes. It's like training. When you first go to the gym, man, you're sore especially the first week. But then after 90 days show up, and you got to go ahead and change your routine because it takes the first 90 days to set everything up correctly. So then you change the routine so you can have the cards the next 90 days. By Christmas time, they're going to be doing fine. Folks, I'm telling you, it's just so awesome to do these things. I just want to say, thanks for tonight. I know, it sounds like a harsh tonight, but I just really want to say, look, you've got to wake up. You've got to get out of the caterpillar, get into the cocoon, and become the butterfly. Because the butterfly never goes back to being a cocoon. Never goes back to being a caterpillar. That's what I'm talking about. Transformation. Transformation. There's no such thing as getting better. All it is change is more, better, different. That's all it is. But when you truly transform your life inside the business and the way you think, your originating business circle, your interpersonal originating circle, how people talk, and I can tell who you hang around with because your talk exemplifies it. So I just want to let you know real quick again, a caterpillar goes to the cocoon, it comes out a butterfly, and the butterfly never goes back to being the cocoon to be a caterpillar. Once you can get that mindset, you'll be unstoppable, and you'll be blessed, and you'll go ahead and rock mountains. Especially with us, because guess what? We know that you do. All right, folks, good night. Have a great one. Love you. See you Wednesday. Oh, no, hold on a second. Wednesday. Oh, I'm going to be Wednesday at there's a CF program for the proxies. I'm going to be there going over some stuff because there's stuff I have to submit. We might have some people probably for the beginning of either in the middle of this month or April. Yes, sirree. I'm excited because it's awesome. So, all right, guys. Good night. We'll talk to you about that later.